Ant McPartlin has been in lockdown at his home after being arrested on suspicion of drink driving on Sunday. The Saturday Night Takeaway presenter was in only limited contact with co-host and best friend Declan Donnelly as he stayed indoors at his £1. 6 million rented property in Chiswick, West London. Discussions about the future of his TV career are reportedly being held without his involvement because he has checked out as he enters rehab to recover from the shock crash. Meanwhile, a friend of the stars has revealed that the 42-year-old has been hit hard by his impending £60 million divorce from Lisa, his wife of 11 years. The friend told the Mirror, "It seems to be the realization that everything he had with Lisa has slipped from his grasp, and with the divorce coming up it seems so final for him." Another friend said the crash is a sign of the strain he is facing because of the split. The source said, "It's been a very tough time with the breakdown of his marriage. Things haven't been easy whatsoever. He was tremendously sad he couldn't rescue the situation and things have escalated." Speaking to The Sun, another source said Ant is completely cut off from everything to do with his career. The source added, his mum Christine is still at the house as she lives there too, and December is in touch by phone, but purely as his best friend. They aren't talking about work. Ant is very ill, and it would be unfair to involve him in very difficult discussions about the TV shows while so much else is going on. Meanwhile, December looked downcast yesterday as he was seen out for the first time since his best friend Ant was arrested. Donnelly is said to be devastated at the problems that have forced his presenting sidekick to give up appearing on TV indefinitely and go back to rehab. The 42-year-old kept his gaze on the ground as he walked with his wife Ollie in West London today. December, who has not spoken publicly on the arrest, is said to be gutted for his friend of 29 years and worried for the future of the TV partnership. The pair have previously insisted that they would only work together, writing in a joint autobiography, "Neither one of us would ever be on our own out there." There is a huge question mark over the future of the famous TV double act after Ant announced he was going into rehab and would stay off TV indefinitely. A source told The Sun, "He's just really upset about it all, just on so many levels, gutted and worried about Ant obviously, and devastated he's going back to rehab." But he's also worried about the future of Ant and December. Another source told the paper, "He's very upset and needs time to make any decisions, which is why this weekend's episode of Saturday Night Takeaway was cancelled." In their 2010 autobiography, "What a Lovely Pair," December wrote, "We made an agreement, whatever happened, we'd be mates forever, and neither one of us would ever be on our own out there." "If it all ended tomorrow, we'd still speak every day, we'd still see each other all the time, and we'd still be best mates." and that's something we're both very proud of. The pair are up for 2 awards at the Royal Television Society (RTS) Awards being held in London tonight. Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway is nominated in the Best Entertainment Program category, which it won last year. The pair are also up for the Entertainment Performance Award for their work on I'm a Celebrity. Get me out of here. Ant is expected to stay away from the event. Dec has yet to confirm whether he will attend. This morning, hosts Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby have said their friend Ant must take responsibility for his actions. The TV presenters appeared somber as they addressed McPartlin's recent troubles, which have seen him step down from his television commitments in order to return to rehab. Schofield said they were shocked and saddened by the news and that it was difficult for them to talk about because they were talking about a friend. He added, "The overwhelming feeling we believe has to be that, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, if you get into a car having had a drink, the responsibility is entirely yours." We wish Ant and all those involved in these sad events all the very best. The 2 This Morning presenters were criticized by fans on Twitter on Monday for not speaking of McPartlin's arrest, despite it being covered on ITV's other daily programs including Good Morning Britain. It comes amid claims that Ant and Dec's brand, honed over more than 2 decades, is under threat after the crash. Brand expert Marcel Nobel told the Daily Star the pair's clean-cut and family-friendly image could be permanently damaged by the incident. He said, "They are such a resilient brand, and that has been demonstrated by the fact that it wasn't too badly damaged by his previous troubles." But a brand has a breaking point, and this could be it. It's very important to recognize that it's only the most popular celebrities that are forgiven, and that's what he is. He has been forgiven to date, but this really does up the volume. Popular Saturday evening show Saturday Night Takeaway will not broadcast this coming weekend, while a decision has yet to be taken about the remaining episodes in the series. A rep for Ant and Dec told Mail Online, Ant has decided to go back into treatment and step down from his current TV commitments. He has spoken with Dec and ITV Today and asked for time off for the foreseeable future. As such, Saturday Night Takeaway will not be going ahead this Saturday. While an ITV spokesman said TV has taken a joint decision with Ant and Dec's team not to broadcast Saturday Night Takeaway this weekend. We will be reviewing options for the last 2 episodes of the series, March 31 and April 7, which would not feature Ant, who is taking time off to seek treatment. We very much hope that he gets the help that he needs. Ant, who split from wife Lisa Armstrong earlier this year after 11 years of marriage, was arrested at 4 p.m. on Sunday after allegedly hitting 2 cars in his black mini sports car while driving with his mother in Richmond, southwest London. Restaurant owner Fahim Vanu and his wife Shilpa Dandekar were traveling with their 4-year-old daughter Amara when their green Mini was involved in a head-on collision with another Mini driven by the presenter. Mr. Vanu said Fahim he does not care whether McPartlin is a millionaire or a famous TV star, he could have put my daughter in a wheelchair. The whole experience has just been a nightmare, Fahim told Mail Online. It is not something that we ever expected, but we are just grateful that no one was hurt. It has been a terrible experience and it feels like we are coming out of a nightmare. It has left us all a bit shaken up. Meanwhile, a close member of McPartlin's family said the Saturday Night Takeaway star is distraught that children were involved in the crash. Speaking to the Mirror, the family member added, he is going through a bad time. Ant and his mother Christine have bruises. They are sore and in shock. Thankfully everyone was fine and it was bruising rather than any serious injuries. An onlooker, Jake Spencer, said the Britain's Got Talent star was argumentative towards cops when they tried to put him in a police car after he failed a breath test. Ant McPartlin could have wiped out my family and drink drive smash, says father of injured girl as TV star returns to rehab after footage showed him emerging from his crashed Mini. The family involved in a horror crash with Ant McPartlin said the TV star was driving like a maniac and could have killed them all. Restaurant owner Fahim Vanu and his wife Shilpa Dandekar were traveling with their 4-year-old daughter Amara when their green Mini was involved in a head-on collision with another Mini driven by the presenter. The Sunday afternoon crash left the dad and his daughter shocked and dazed, but without any serious injuries. Mr. Vanu said Fahim he does not care whether McPartlin is a millionaire or a famous TV star, he could have put my daughter in a wheelchair. But furious Shilpa told The Sun after Mail Online revealed the identity of the family in the crash that she had to be held back after the collision because she wanted to smash McPartlin in the face. Her husband, Fahim, explained his Mini came flying around a sharp corner on the wrong side of the road trying to overtake a blue car. I hardly had time to react and turned in towards the curb to avoid a head-on collision. I'm convinced that split-second turn of the wheel saved us all from being crippled or killed. I reckon he was doing 50 or 60 miles per hour. He added, the horn of his car was blaring and my little girl was crying in shock. It was a terrible, chaotic scene. Meanwhile, a close member of McPartlin's family said the Saturday Night Takeaway star is distraught that children were involved in the crash. Speaking to the Mirror, the family member added, he is going through a bad time. Ant and his mother Christine have bruises. They are sore and in shock. Thankfully everyone was fine and it was bruising rather than any serious injuries. Shilpa said she suffered a bust lip while daughter Amara was assessed in an ambulance but did not require further treatment. "The whole experience has just been a nightmare," Fahim told Mail Online. "It is not something that we ever expected, but we are just grateful that no one was hurt." "It has been a terrible experience and it feels like we are coming out of a nightmare." "It has left us all a bit shaken up." Fahim said he had been asked not to talk directly about the accident by police. But he added, "I cannot talk about certain things, but the main thing is that we are all safe." "My daughter and wife are okay, and were not injured." Asked if he had been contacted by McPartlin, he replied, "I cannot talk about that." An ambulance was called to the scene of the crash on the Lower Richmond Road in southwest London, but was not used to transport any patient to hospital. Amara was taken to West Middlesex Hospital in Isleworth by her parents for a checkup and was not kept in overnight for any treatment. Fahim said, "She is fine. We are all okay." The restaurant boss was driving his 2017 registered green Mini when it was in collision with a sporty version of the same car with Ant at the wheel. Fahim's Mini suffered extensive damage to the near side front wheel, while Ant's £26,000 Mini had its front near side wheel completely sheared off. Witnesses said Ant, who was returning home from walking his dog in Richmond Park, lost control of his car on a sharp bend after exiting a mini roundabout. Fahim, who is originally from Mumbai, India, runs an Indian restaurant in Fulham called Pure Indian Cooking with his wife. Shilpa trained at the Taj Hotel Group in India before moving to the UK and cooking in various British pubs. She has also worked as a sous chef in Quailan and was Raymond Blanc's choice of head chef at London's first Brasserie Blanc. Her husband has formerly managed at London's Bombay Brasserie Indian restaurant and an assistant manager at the Taj Resort and Hotel in central London. The couple have run their own restaurant since 2015. On its website, Fahim describes how he and his wife began their culinary careers at the Taj Group of hotels in India. It says, since then, with Fahim managing front of house and Shilpa, who has worked with such masterchefs as the legendary Raymond Blanc and Sriya Ramalar of the Michelin-starred Quailan, heading the kitchen, the restaurant has amassed a strong following as a refined as an exceedingly good local restaurant, with many clientele calling it a London West End restaurant in Fulham.